Edit. Done. Done. What up? What up, Braxton? What up, Elliot? Hey, long time no see. How you been? Thank you, Elliot. Thank you. Well, let me do this real quick. Share Discord. Bam. 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 There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What up, Elliot? What up, Braxton? How you guys doing? How y'all doing? How you doing? Let me post this too while I'm at it. Copy. 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 Uh. Is that working? There we go. Okay, almost there. Let me pause that. Bang, bang. Last time I was in a live stream, what? What happened? When was the last time? I don't know, a week ago probably. Last time I seen you, maybe 5 days. What up, dude? You going through a blizzard? Doing through a blizzard? Yeah, we got a light dusting. It's probably gonna get worse. What up, B to the B? Yeah, it's not like there's no snow. There's not even any flakes falling right now. But it started to come down kind of quick for like 5 minutes, and then it like a couple of flakes a minute, and then it kind of like no. Where and you're in Virginia, North Carolina. Where are you at? B to B. Got 6 inches on the ground. Damn. Damn. Yeah. So I remember when I was working for North Carolina, North Carolina. I remember when I lived in Maryland. I was working for the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore, and two blizzards come in back to back. In 2 days, we got played rock paper scissors with the mirror, and I won. You're doing good. Let me know. Let me know. All right, where am I? Did I pin that? Pinned. I played rock, paper, scissors with the mirror. That's funny. All right, let's see. What are we getting into? Let's see what we're getting into. Youngins love it. Yeah, dude. I hate it. Yeah, can't work, can't hustle, can't bust, no moves. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. You gotta shift to online, man. Then it doesn't matter. Like I've got for like $200, maybe a little less, 160. I got two battery backups. One that's on my laptop, which is everything is connected to my laptop. My lights, my camera, and everything's all in the same one plug. So that's into a battery backup, and my router modem setup is also on a separate $80 battery backup. They last about an hour. So even if I have a power outage, I can use my phone. But then when my phone's about to die with battery, if I can't recharge it, I've got power bricks. So I'm pretty good for a while. January was good. I turned 49 in January 10th. We got power. Right now, I understand. I'm talking about like I make my money from the internet. So as long as I can access the internet, I can continue to produce. What up, Wafa? Long time. Yeah. So, but I understand. I mean, for a lot of years, I was out there grinding in not necessarily in them streets, but close enough. Yeah, and then especially in the movie industry, you got to drive. You got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. You got to be on stage or on set by 6 a.m. to start. And it's teach me the ways, bro. I'm telling you, my friend. Are you on the Discord? Yeah, if you're on the Discord, that's all of my subscribers. Dion, Dion. I need to. Okay, it's in the chat. It's posted in the chat. It says join Discord and Twitch, and there's two links, one for the Discord and one for the Twitch. I mean, I can give you another one too, here if you need one right quick. There you go. Yeah, they would tell you the ship shatters. And then, like you just set like I'll let you know it's anything you do, you should be putting on that's okay to put online. Any talent you have, any hobbies you have, it all should be going online. What up, Ben? Ever seen that TV show that came from outer space? I believe so. From the 70s. Hold on. They came from outer space. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that was in 2023. But yeah, I see. I think it was a remake. No, it was 1990. Yeah, sorry, my bad. 1990. 1990. Yes, 1990. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I definitely remember it. I remember the song book. 1990. Yeah, from the late 80s, early 90s. October, late. Yeah, beginning of 1990. Yeah, I absolutely remember that. Absolutely. They came from outer space. Stuart Fratkin, Alan Royal, Dean Cameron, Christopher Carroll, Victor Brandt. Way back in the day. I love it. How's the weather where you're at, Ben? It's cold here. Current temperature.
It's 25 degrees in Sharpsburg right now. There is currently an extreme cold warning in effect.
Yeah. I had to set up heaters in my chicken coop just to keep their water liquid. New York. Oh, you're getting it up there too. Current temperature in New York.
It's 21
21.
degrees in New York right now.
It's supposed to get to 2 tonight. Yeah, that's 30 degrees below freezing. Traffic is traffic. Yep, 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 yep. What up, Smarty? Now you have a pronounced schnoz. I do, and I can do this. Speak to the schnoz. I get all the chicks with it. It's like a freaking chick magnet. I go, and they're like, oh, you're so manly with your super broken nose. I broke the hell out of it. My nostrils aren't even the same shape. They're so broken. Like you can see, it's like, yeah, skateboarding. I did it good. I did it good. I can do this. Thank you. See what am I telling you? What am I telling you? Smarty. I'm telling you. You got to learn to use the powers you've been given. Yeah, I did pretty well in the movie industry for about 15 years. And I think it's because a lot of people think I'm Jewish because of my nose. So it's like they didn't want to ask. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to ask. Say, are you Jewish? They're like, he's Jewish. Let's help this guy out. And I'm like, nope, 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 not Jewish. I went when I was a youth. I went to court for a traffic violation. It was my first traffic violation, so I got a lawyer, and the lawyer, it was $800 for the lawyer. He dropped it down to 500 because he thought I was Jewish. Bruh, I don't know what I'm doing. I typed in the link, but nothing popped up. What was it? So do you have Discord? If you have Discord, download Discord, download the app, and then you can. And then once you download the app, when you click on the link, it should go right there. Okay. Well, then send a friend request to me. I failed first. Yeah, send me a friend request, and I'll send you the invite. Alice Cooper had the guitar player who was Rambo on steroids. Alice Cooper did? My voice just cracked at 49 years old. Alice Cooper's guitar player. Oh yeah, yeah. You're talking about the chick. There you go. All right. There you go. I sent you an invite. What up, Psalms? Jeffrey Dahmer, psycho killer. Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, I remember. You'll get to it. The main things. So I just sent you invites. Click on the go to server, and then you'll be part of the community. And then whatever you want to, you know, Kane Roberts. Okay. And then Nita Strauss is I thought you were talking about. Well, Jeff Beck played with him too. Oh no, he didn't. Did he? Kane, Alex Cooper's guitar player. Kane Roberts? Oh, Jesus Christ, Lord, dude, he does look like Rambo. And he had a freaking a gun-shaped guitar. Look at that freaking guy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Locked in. Why the long face? What up, Hamilton? 64 years old. Yeah, he's definitely freaking beefcake. Dude, how old's freaking Alice Cooper? He's got to be 70. No, 64. Okay, all right. Wow. No voodoo can stop the God in me that like the God in me. Who laughs now? How you doing, Hector? No voodoo can you do. Genghis economics. That's funny. That's funny too. Beautiful features behind you. Thank you. You know you're up there too, WMG. Yeah, if anyone subscribes, let me know. I'll put you on the wall. I'm not doing a subathon right now, so whatever. You know, I'm doing good, Hector. I'm doing good. It's freaking cold down here in Georgia. It's 20 current temperature. Nope, you gotta hit the button. Current temperature.
It's 25 degrees in Sharpsburg right now.
John Lennon vibes.
Extreme cold warning in effect.
Do you this word the start of the color revolution? Hold on. Do you this word? How does that work? Do you this word? Do you this word in the start of the color revolution? God bless you, brother. God bless you, Hector. We need it, man. We need it, man. Do you think? Help me out one more time. Do I think this was the start of the color revolution? No. Listen. You have to understand that people don't really care. People that are producing in life, people that there are consumers and producers. There are customers and there are producers. There are creators and there's customers. The people that are creating stuff for the world do not care about race, color, any of that. Not at all. Not at all. Zero. They talk about it a lot because clicks and views and hate is very. It gives you a lot of attention because people are like, I thought that was happening, but there's more hate on the internet than there is in real life. And I've worked with. I'm 49 years old. I've worked with people in the movie industry, in the music industry, in zoos, in offices. I've done a whole lot of stuff, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. People that are busy don't care. It's people that don't have anything because they don't produce anything. They're like, this has got to be why. It's got to be why. I have an older brother and a younger sister. Yummers, Bro Silver's down for team. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Listen. So many people freaked out. So many people freaked out, and sold because it went from 119 to 80 or whatever, and a lot of people are scared that they're freaking out. Like, I knew it was too good to be true. So people do that. Those are people that invest for the short term. It's always going to continue to go up regardless. It might take 5 years. So if you invest, it might take a year, it might take a week, but regardless, I got it at $20 and it's still over 80. Right. So I won't sell again until if it keeps dropping and it gets close to 20, if it gets to where I bought it for whatever reason, I'll sell it. So then I'm just equal. No, not skin color, like revolution in 1918 Russia. Oh, okay. Why do they call it? I don't know why they call it a color revolution. I don't either. That's a good question. Why did the Russians call it a color revolution? Russians labeled uprising as color revolutions to define Western backed. So it was for protesters to identify their movements. So the red being Democrats, like in America, the red Democrats, blue Republic, or the other way around, blue Democrats, red Republican. It's just a way to define people, to make them colorist. Yeah, that's what I call it. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, this stuff, I don't care about none of this stuff for the most part, because it's only for the people that don't do anything. If you don't have a purpose in your life, so you pick up one of these wackadoodle things to give yourself purpose. And there's a lot of people that don't do anything. Still waiting on your idea. We'll have some up tonight, Jeremy. B2B just joined the Discord too. So I'll be doing some tonight. Yeah, look. It's very cold here. I got chickens and cats and stuff to make sure I got to take care of, so I couldn't spend a lot of time online or on Discord last night. But I got everything done this morning, so I got time today. You're missing the premise of my question. Do you think it's happening here? Yes, yeah. It's always happened. This is why they always add colors to everything. And the whole Rainbow Coalition, they want all the colors and say, look, all of us are against you, so you're the bad people. So it's psychology. We all bleed purple. You look like you have cats. I got a cat. I got one cat. I got 8 chickens, John. Can you post your YouTube? Can you post it on YouTube, not Discord? No, I'm not. I don't want to start my channel being a place that kids come here to look for how to get money for Roblox or whatever. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I would do that to help you out. I'm not interested in researching and making videos. I mean, there's only 2 people that have asked. I was a dog person. I had a dog growing up. So the cat found me. I was walking into Walmart and there was an abandoned cat, a little kitten in the parking lot. So it said, "Hey, I need to go with you. It's getting cold." I said, "Okay." But I had a dog. Yeah, a dog. I like dogs. I like dogs a lot. I'm actually I'm actually talking to people just yesterday in the chat about looking to get, if my cat decides to leave the planet, I'm going to get a dog. No, doesn't eat. Doesn't eat my chickens, and my chickens are all hens. He's pretty chill around the chickens. I mean, he'll eat chicken, cooked chicken, for the most part. But we get yummers. Have you ever had fights with your siblings? Yeah, everybody's cool. Yeah, everybody's fine. Yeah, we've had fist fights. Yeah, bloody noses, all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely. It always works out. Listen. When you start getting older and you realize there's a world that's against you, and the only people you truly have, even if you've gotten into fights, is your family, things change. Like, you'll notice you get a lot of people now, like you see people that saying, "I can't talk to my grandfather because he voted for Trump." That's because you're not in a bad enough space where you have to go, like these people are destroying their families over fights about politics, but politics changes. Your family doesn't. So what happens if your grandfather votes for somebody that you like in 4 years? Oh, then I'll be friends with you. And so you want to manipulate your grandfather, right? So it's just bad people being bad people. When did you realize you were gay? When I saw you, John. When I saw you. People choose to have a dog. Cats just happen. Right. Yes, absolutely. Right. Cats just happen. People, when I was a kid, we went to the pound and we found a dog. Like we went looking for a dog. We're like, let's get a pet. The cats just showed up. So I've had 2 cats in my lives and they both showed up. when I was living when my I was in my when I was still, well, I was 20 or whatever, but I was still living with my folks in Maryland, and my dog, the dog had died a couple of years that passed, and my mom's I was working at Ritz Camera, so we sold cameras and binoculars and stuff, and so for Christmas or something, I got her a pair of binoculars because she was getting into bird watching. So she was sitting down in a chair in the backyard looking through the binoculars, like looking far away, so she can't see what's close up to her, and all of a sudden a cat jumps in her lap, and this was howling, is what we needed. But yeah, just got in my backyard and jumped in my mom's lap, so we had that cat. What up, beauty? Hey, welcome back, Gumbo. Hi. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But yeah, listen, you things in life, difficulty in life is what leads to maturity. So arguing, fighting with your brothers and sisters, but then you still got to live around them. You learn how to forgive. You learn and then as you get older and older, and you say, "Wow, people are dying over dumb stuff." You realize, it happens. It just takes. I got a ginger kitten in a box one time, but my dog might have killed her. I had to take it, so I give it to my friend. Yeah, yeah, you don't. Yeah, yeah. That's why. I mean, I don't. I won't get a dog now. I'm a one pet kind of guy. I respect. Hey, Keith. Oh yeah, you got the big problem, and I think which is sucks about school these days is they don't teach kids how to prioritize things. They don't teach you that look, politics changes, so don't make lifelong decisions about what's happening right now. They teach people to concentrate on right now, right now, right now, rather than saying, like, I thought I'd be dead by 20. I didn't think and then when I was 20, I figured I'd be dead by 26, and then all that, and then now here I am 49. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to live for a while, so I might as well plan for the future. So that's maturity. It took me a while to mature, but they should teach kids to plan, to make goals for the future, and then whatever decisions you make now, is it going to help you achieve your goal, or hinder you from achieving your goal? And they should teach kids this stuff very early on, but they don't. They don't. They teach kids about now, 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 now. Which is weird because it used to be you learned about history to not repeat it. And now they're like, let's repeat it. Let's repeat it. Let's repeat it. And the thing is, it's like people want to be fortune tellers. They want to say, oh, this politician's bad, this politician's bad, just like these people back in the 1930s. Well, you can't tell until they're done if this is like the 1930s. So it's like you're causing people to hate each other, and you don't know what's going on. And you have a lot of people lying to a lot of other people all over the place. And so they're like, so then people are wrong, and they don't want to say I was wrong because that hurts your ego. All right, so yeah, so don't stop. It's already here. So the only way is wait till it passes and say, wow, he did things just like that, and or she or whatever. Yeah, you can't be doing that stuff. Love your logic and reasoning. Thank you, Stiller. I fry water. How to fry me? Yeah, how do you fry water? I guess don't do that. Add water into oil. Ah, it's delicious. The burns are delicious. Yeah. Start looking. Stop looking at now. This is why I think people that do investing are much more reasonable to deal with, because they want to know how now affects the future, but they don't bet on now. They bet on the future. So it's like, okay, so Biden's in office. How do I adjust my investments to make sure that I benefit from me being in office? Then Trump's in office. Okay, how do I adjust my investments to benefit from this? Rather than they're just like, it's the end of the world. Okay, but it's not. But it's not the end of the world. People don't want to be wrong, I guess. Right. Howdy. What's going on, Cat, brother? Yeah, people don't want to be wrong. People put so much like performative emotion into like internet posts, and they're wrong, super wrong. But as long as they never admit to it, then they don't have to have the feeling like, oh my goodness. Those same people who invest also speculate prices and control them unreasonably. Uh, there's a lot of people who invest, right? You will be Vishal. We all will be. You have to embrace it because if you want to be right, you might not be right now. The important thing is to be right when it matters in the future. People over blow things and they get so emotional that they start making bad decisions. You always got to keep your eye on the ball. You always got to keep your eye on the ball. They want attention, right or wrong. They want the infamous, right. And this is a big problem. A big problem is kids, especially, they think likes and views is actual currency, like money. Like they say something, like they say, whatever, Biden sucks as a president, and then somebody gives them $10,000 showing up on their door. That's not what happens. Just because a bunch of people like it doesn't mean it's true. It just means a bunch of people agree with you, but then also a bunch of people don't agree with you. So then when Trump came president, people were like, what? And they did the same thing. It's always the same. It's history repeating itself. And we can go back to the color revolution thing. It's because the problem with politics is that people have to learn that your power is in voting better. You can't vote Democrat or Republican no matter what because some jerk Republican or jerk Democrat will get into in there, will sneak in and lie to get to where they want. And then you'll be like, well, he's a Republican. Well, he's a Democrat. No, if they say they want to freaking take everything away from you and whatever, you vote the other way to teach them a lesson and saying, no, I'm not going to give you my vote just because you have a D next to your name. Yeah. It's definitely tribalism, bro. People make attitude edits and presidents and whatever the most funny things. Yeah, dumb funny things. Yeah, right. Yeah, and what people don't understand is the internet's not real life. When you actually have to go to work, people have to be there to feed their families. So if you're an arrogant jerk online all the time and you're like, well, I can't find a job, wonder why. You'd be horrible to work with. The people that own the companies don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. They don't care. They're there to make money in any economy. If they really hated Trump or really hated Biden, they would have shut their business down during that. But no, they still want to profit. So they don't want you guys, Republican and Democrats, employees arguing. They want you producing. Yeah, and it's really right. So if you're like, okay, I got to hire somebody, and this is why I think people are going to have a big problem with college degrees. There's so many people that went to college that are just one party. They're pro-Democrat or pro-Republican, depending on what college they went to. So then they'll just look at your resume and say, he's probably going to argue about politics or be super. No, I need you to not worry about politics. I need you to worry about making this company making some money. I don't have half the problems at work with the people that the internet says I should have a problem with. It's amazing, isn't it? Isn't that amazing? They tell you it's the end of the world. Remember, mental illness is a real thing. And people, when they're not face to face with you, they'll say anything on the internet. It's not in real life. It's very, I wasted money on college and make more construction. Me too, brother. Me too. Whiskey brother. I dropped out of high school in 11th grade, after 11th grade. I went to college for one semester and I made way more money in construction, in the music industry, in the movie industry, construction. I was the HVAC, I was the carpentry foreman for the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. I was making way more money than anybody else my age. And I didn't have lots of student loan to pay back. Remember, half the people that go to college drop out and they still have that debt, right? There's not a whole bunch of it. And then 40% of the people that get a degree don't use that degree in 10 years. So they just have all this debt they have to pay off and they're not using their degree anyway. What up, Adam? What up, Heinous? So politics split up a country using ethnicity as one of the tools. Yeah. They don't care. Like they don't really care. They don't care. Like when they interview you for a spot in their political party or whatever, when they back you, they don't give a shit if you're crap, if you're white or you're black or red or brown or yellow or whatever. They don't care at all. They care if you're going to do what they need their goals achieved, right? They don't care at all. But the problem is the people that don't have a goal, they share other people's goals. The people that don't have their own goal. Listen, if you say, no matter what, I want to be a millionaire in 10 years, and then you're black, and a white boss says, hey, I can give you a job for $100,000 a year, you'd be a millionaire in 10 years. You'd be like, sorry, dude. No, you're gonna say, yes, sir, thank you. And if you're white to a black boss, you're gonna say, yes, sir, thank you. It's professionalism. It doesn't have anything to do. But you have a bunch of people that aren't getting anywhere in life because they just want to be employees for people, like-minded people or like-colored people, and they'll never get there. And they'll say, this is why. You have to know it, brother. Yeah, buddy. Does your B12? Yeah. What did I miss now? Example of the Croatian War. You got some vitamins? How come you left college because your boyfriend broke up with you? No. Oh, I failed Algebra 1 first semester of college, and I left. I was like, this is stupid, because I can't learn that way. I can't learn by spending an hour on one subject, an hour on another subject, an hour. Like, I need a problem to solve, and then I'll learn everything I need to learn to solve that problem. If I need to learn how to cut wood, how to measure, how to do algebraic equations, I'll learn the ones I need to learn to solve a problem, and I can learn them as I go. And that's how I got to where I am now. And everything's great. And I did all that without debt. The problem is people believe advertising and influence so much, they're so easily influenced. Everyone believes all I need is a degree in anything. And it's not true. Thank you for everything again. Got my vitamins for a good trial run. Good, brother. Good, brother. This guy is all wrong. Just tell me how I'm wrong. Michael, how am I wrong, brother? So you're wrong. Let's go that way. You're wrong. So let's do the math. 50% of people that go to college drop out. The 40% that are left are not using their degree in 10 years. They still have all the debt, and they're not using their degree. Why did they get their degree? What good was it? It's just debt. Are you a lender, Michael? Green is brown. Green is brown. Red is brown. I'm colorblind. Green is indigo. If you looked at it at an angle, I went to a semester of college. The reason I dropped out was because I knew the grades they gave football players. Right. And why do they do that? Because it's not about the education. Listen, I'm far more educated than anybody else I know that went to college. And I'll share my information with everybody, and people call me all the time. I get a lot of people in the community ask me questions all the time, because it's not the right way to learn. The way people used to learn is they had a schoolhouse, one building, one room, and you asked questions. You did some math, some science, some this, and you get problems. It was problem solving. Problem solving is not taught. It's given. They say, having a degree will solve all your problems. So you've been advertised, you've been marketed to that a degree will solve your problems. So all you need to do is to get that degree. That's not that's not how life works. When you work for a company, they give you a problem, and they don't care if you have a degree to solve it or not. You can look up all these jobs, all these people that have these degrees that aren't getting hired because they don't care about the degree, even though it might say it. If you show up with a portfolio showing you know how to solve the problems they're hiring for, you'll get the job. It doesn't matter. Talent always will overtake degrees, right? Because listen, college used to be, you had to pass an entrance exam to even get the ability to get a loan to get into college. So you had to be smart. Now everybody's allowed because racism. And the problem is now everybody's got a degree. They flooded the market, and now AI's here, and they're like, But so the only thing you can do is become a teacher, and teaching doesn't pay well. So then most people don't do anything. Benz, I agree. I went through that. Work is work. Been a lot of college degrees, a lot of college grads with degrees and football players were managers at Amazon warehouse where I work, much younger than me, treated like garbage, and I treated like a kid. Right? What up, Reason? I agree. So nobody says what. You pay to go to college to have fun, right? And so many people do. Listen, so many people want to go for the experience. What you want to party? And listen, the people that own companies know this. When I was married, my wife would make jokes about how I don't see colors. I would recommend not getting married. Be really picky if you do. Agreed, Georgia. Left Melamau, and that's your football player with sports figure, right? Vinny Testaverde. Is that you? Colorblind quarterback, Vinny. That's it. My father's colorblind. He worked for General Electric, building circuit boards for like washing machines and stuff. And when they found out that he was colorblind, they fired him because back then in like the 70s and 80s, you had to read the color code on the resistor to know its value. And my dad would just use the meter and measure it and say, okay, it's 100 ohms, 100 kilo ohms. So he didn't break anything, but they were like, oh, you're colorblind. You can't read color codes. It's like, well, I don't need to use color codes. You look like Brett Favre. I worked at a Billabong store for a bit. I exceeded everyone's sales every month. I worked harder. My manager developed a crush on me. I turned her down. She made my life hell. Right? Doesn't that suck? Doesn't that suck? Doesn't that suck when you're so good at a job? And the problem is she sees how good you are at your job, and she sees how much money you make, and she wants to latch onto you and be like, take me with you. And you're like, no. And she's like, then no. Then you can't. Yeah, that's horrible. I've seen it happen a lot. Men to women, women to men. Just relationships. And yeah, it should be 100%. A lot of companies, like law firms and stuff, no, you're fired. You can be the partner of a law firm, and if you have a relationship with someone there or try to, you're done. You're out. Do you support or oppose ICE? Do I support or oppose ICE? So I support getting rid of people that are rapists and murderers and stuff. I do not support getting rid of. So both the two things can be true at once. I absolutely and I think most people that aren't on the internet understand, because remember, what's the guy's name? Tom Homan. Didn't the president give him an award? President Obama awarding Tom Homan. So a lot of people don't understand that this guy got the reason Trump hired him is because Obama gave him an award for doing such great work, deporting people. So Trump said, you did such a good job during Obama, I'm going to hire you. And everybody's like, I hate him. Well, you didn't hate him during Biden. You didn't hate him during Obama. You know, it's like, but the big problem is, I'm logical. I can be a logical Democrat. I can be a logical conservative. I can understand that you can't let the people that have done something violent, and if people get caught up in things, I understand that too. But people are getting killed over murderers. People are getting killed. I know that people don't have all the information that are out there losing their lives. They shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be doing that. The laws are the same since Obama, since Reagan. All these laws are the same. Nothing's changed. Why didn't you change the law? Why didn't everybody that's out there dying change the law? Why don't they not vote for people that don't change those laws? Why don't they but they want you worried about abortion and stuff. It's freaking crazy. She had a kid too. I the state of water. Yes, I never had a woman boss hit me before, dude. I used to all the time, dude. Up with a nose like this, of course, happened all the time. I wasn't a fan. At least I had options. Terrible options, but options, right? Nice to see my favorite live YouTuber. What up, real brother? They got rid of Bovino and wanted to get rid of Noam, but they want hardliners like Homan in there. Right? Listen. People don't play chess enough. People have to understand, and I also understand that Trump is very upset about the 2020 election. But you have to understand that he is in office right now, and he's going to be pissed about the 2020 election. So he's going to do things. It's just yelling at him, you're just pissed about losing the election. I'm sure he is. If you were him, what would you do? They should have just gotten immigrants already working and established their citizenship and working with illegals towards the same criminals reviewed and deported. I agree. Listen, I agree. I am absolutely for immigration, 100%. I even promote it with people on here that talk about what they're doing. I say, hey, try to get to America. You can do it here. Just get good at what you do. They're right now 3 million illegals self-deported. The rent in Los Angeles is now lower than it's been in 4 years because there's now so many homes on the market. So people complain about rent and egg prices. Well, the problem is with rent is a lot of homes are already filled with people that they didn't even start applying for citizenship. They're just because they don't want to be here. They want money from here, and then they want to go back home and live like a king. If you can make $100,000 in America over 10 years and then move back to Mexico, Mexico's minimum wage is about $15 a week. So if you can work for $15 an hour in America under the table, and then go back to Mexico, you can live like a king. And this is what a lot of people do. And I know this because I've worked in the industry, I've worked in the construction industry, I've worked with a lot of these guys, and that's why they don't do it. They don't want to be here. A lot of them don't. And the thing is, you have a lot of people out there that are getting hurt because they think that they do. They want to. They just want a little bit more money before they leave. They should have just got. Yep. I hate this. I'm hating the system right now. America's scary right now, no matter what side you're on. Right. And this is the thing: is we should be able to have logical conversations about this because I don't think people understand that two things can be true at the same time. Violent people need to go away, and we need to be able to have immigrants. Both of these things are true. So it has to be figured out. But the problem is you have so many people. It was our fault this happened because we let it go so far. If we didn't let it go so far, nobody would be doing this. So now there's got to be a reset. It's called a correction when you're talking about it in stocks and bonds and investments. Everyone cheered on Obama for the wrong reasons. Yeah. There's no sides. Life is good enough. There's no side. Life is good enough. Just keep yourself. Stay off the internet. The birds are still tweeting. Right, dude. Listen. If you didn't get on the internet, if you didn't listen to the news, you would know nothing about climate change. You would know nothing about global warming, and you probably did nothing about it. And now it's gone. It's like, so all this fright, all this people that were scared, all the people that, they say that about big noses. They smell good. Basically, the defund the police. So defund the police has been found out what that was all about. The reason they wanted to defund the police was to get the ranks of the police so low that crime went very high. Then they would say, oops, we're wrong. But now DEI would be in. Then they could say, we are going to hire thousands of police who we want. So it was market manipulation. It wasn't about not having a police force. And the thing is, they should have done it smarter. I understand what they want. They want their guys they want their guys in the police force. So they use DEI, but they shouldn't have been so arrogant about it. And then they would have been able to do it slower, but they wanted it done quicker because they were worried that Trump would get back in office. I think a little too far when pregnant women get their necks pressed on children traumatized Native American Indians who have listen, two things can be true at the same time. Yes, there can be assholes doing their job in asshole ways. That can definitely be true too. But what the problem is, we've already gone too far. We've already gone too far. Do you know, just yesterday, it doesn't matter. Madam, they use lots of toilet paper to blow their noses. Sure, why not? 75 million apartments in China unfilled and people can't afford them. Right, so what happens is you allow companies to come in and buy these homes and these apartments, and then they know that they're making an artificial it's market manipulation. They're making an artificial, you have supply and demand. If they can artificially make the supply lower, then the demand for the other homes go up much higher. So they can, and that's what they do. That's what they do. And then they can make a ton of money off of these. Then once they get these people locked in here on year-long contracts, then they start opening up some of those other available ones for a lot of money, and then get these people locked in. Because if they were all available, it'd be like $400 a month. They know what they're doing. I'm not scared of the current state of things. I'm not scared either. I'm upset that people have to go through this. I'm upset that people don't see it the same way that I see it. I'm upset that listen, people get lonely too. People get lonely, and most people just want other people to know they exist. A lot of these people going out here, like they start screaming their name when they get arrested, like, and they're looking for cameras and they're just screaming their name, and then they put up a GoFundMe. Because think about it, if you're not doing good in life and you can get a GoFundMe, if you can look like if you can look like one of the good guys and you can get a GoFundMe up because you got arrested, you can make a couple $100,000. And it's what a lot of people are doing, because every single one of them that gets locked up on the news, they get out in like 2 days, and now they got to go for me. They're trying to ruin my life. Yeah, well, they knew what they were doing. Ichabod Crane. What up, Yashu? Yeah, Yashu, he is a big nose. I can't read your name, Adam. It makes sense. Yeah, madam, my name is Adam. They want to diffuse ICE from doing their jobs. Right. He got the toucan. I never liked Oprah either. I never liked Oprah. Listen, when I was in high school, I remember being called racist because I was like, Oprah is freaking nuts. I was like, she doesn't seem to be. And then more and more come to find out about like her all girls school in Africa where the girls just go missing and stuff. Yeah, I had a boss who got tired of me. He told me in a vague and confused language that he wanted me to take the fake to get fake papers, and if I got caught, he doesn't know me. That was his exact words. That's crazy. Think if ICE were more professional about it, it would be fine. Right. But this is the problem. You have people outside of the country that fund this. A lot of these people are being paid, right? So they agitate. They're sitting around blowing whistles, honking horns, being loud, and that's irritating these people. They know they want martyrs. They want people to say, "See, look how bad these people are," and if enough people die, then they can get them to stop. Yeah, and the problem is it's not going to stop because people in power understand collateral damage. Just because people on the internet don't understand it, wars are fought and tens of thousands of innocent people die. Do you think they care if freaking 4 or 5 of you die here while they're trying to get rid of their job? No, they don't care. Democrat or Republican. No, you're collateral damage. Sometimes you guys need to die in order for me to get what I want. And yeah, they think too highly of politicians. But having citizens who aren't in the tax list earning cash, it ruins it. Yes, ruins the economy and racks business. It does, absolutely. What in 2016 was not during the summer of love. Hey, what up, AJ? Do you know how to handle heartbreaks or how to move on from a person who isn't interested in you? Work. You've got to get your mind off of everything. Decide you're going to start a business. Decide that you can even use that as motivation. You can say, well, I'll make them wish they wanted me. In 3 years, I'm going to have $100,000 in the bank, whatever. I'm going to create a company. Start now. Decide what you want to do. Oh, but I wanted a girlfriend. Why? To spend money on and slow your growth? Why did you want a girlfriend? For what? So people would see me with a girlfriend and think I'm cool? No. Build something. Look, I'm 49 and I'm not even dating until 52. I turn down all my requests for dates, for freaking nudes, for all that, everything. I say no, none, no. Everybody, hot chicks, don't care. No, I don't care. I'm on a mission. Remember, you can make yourself someone that people don't want to turn down. And the people that, hey, do you remember when you wanted to date me back in 2026? And be like, yeah, I do. Well, I'm available now and I got 6 kids. Yeah, that's the only way. Remember, it's not you that got turned down. It's who you are right now that got turned down. You won't be that person in 2 years. It always works that way. It's always that way. Do you know, my mom got a telephone call. My mom used to have the phone next to her, but this is before cell phones. My mom had the cord phone next to her side of the bed. And my mom gets a call at 11. The phone rings at 11 o'clock at night. It's my dad's high school sweetheart, or before high school, like junior high school girlfriend. And she called because she just went through a divorce and she sees how he's doing. And this is before the internet. So how did she find out all this information? And she's like, hey, is Lou Mattis there? No. Or yes, he is, but Asper's calling, blah, 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 blah. Do you know if he's still happily married? My mom said, yes, he is, and hung up the phone. This is the kind of guy that your woman will want. The one that's turning down girls because so she's lucky to be with you and you're lucky to be with her. Remember, the girl's not the prize. The guy's not the prize. The relationship is the prize. You're only on this planet for a short amount of time. You need to be able to have children, even though you hear all the propaganda against it. The only way you stay on this planet is by having children. That's the only way. Do not listen to people that want to beat you at this game called life. They want to win. The people telling you not to have kids are the ones that have kids. The people that are telling you not to marry are the ones that have married. But you've got to not waste the time and money dating worthless people. One, definitely. ICE officer needs training because they look bad on videos. Yep, I agree. Bored women proving their existence. Right, and listen. You have to learn what a good relationship is, because you tried to get into a bad one. It would have just cost you. And look, it's costing you. Right now. You're not producing. You're not making anything. You're not building anything. You're depressed. That should have never have happened. If you would not have been chasing her, that would have never have happened. They chase you. Proof first, Butch. Proof first. Nothing to prove. If you don't know, you don't know. What did I miss? If you're stuck on person, delete them everywhere. Work hard. Yes, listen. When you're busy, I stream like 8 to 12 hours a day. I'm not worried. When I stop streaming, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So I'm not worried. Oh, I'm so lonely. I don't have that feeling at all. Not at all. I'm turning people down. People that could be great people. But you know what? It took me about 3 years to get where I want to be financially with my business and everything like that. That's when I'll open the door. The problem is you want to open the door before the business is ready. Your business ain't ready. Get it ready. Can you hear me now? Buy an escort, that guy. People could have all the proof in the world and still miss the point. Yep. My mission, okay, so I've worked for the movie industry for 15 years making propaganda, and there's so much propaganda out there now, and school is so propagandic. I want to create a community where people can learn whatever they want to learn without bullshit. I want to teach logic. I want to teach reason. And I want to teach people that you can't vote one side of the aisle. People need to learn how to read people. If all that's going away, people are so interested in their bedroom activities. And that's all mass confusion. Am I gay? Am I straight? Am I trans? Should I go through? No, you don't even worry about any of that. But my reality, my truth, F your truth. What about the truth? And you get so confused. And listen, the average person spends $20,000 a lifetime on medical care. The average trans spends 1.7 million. If you were a business owner that you did medical care, what would you want? Who would you want? The average run-of-the-mill $20,000 a lifetime person, or would you want a couple dozen $1.7 million customers? This is what the problem is. They don't see it. These people that are going through emotional problems are so easily manipulated and so easily influenced. They're influencing their wallets into the pockets of other people. Compete. You've got to compete. The people that tell you that everything should be equal are losers. You need to compete in this world. The losers will get left behind until they get their heads on straight. You can't save everybody. Don't save everybody. You and your family is the most important thing to yourself. Do you understand? You have to make sure your home base is solid before spreading outside. Get yourself together. Hey, Richard, I'm currently in college doing engineering. Any advice for me? The age is 20. Start hot. If you love engineering, start it as a hobby too, not just school. If you don't like it outside of school, if you don't like, I've got a soldering station right here. I've got soldering station, hot air rework station, a bunch of boards I work on. I've got all kinds of stuff around here. Like, it's also my hobby, so I can do all this. You can start, get your portfolio together. Even if you don't want to be public on the internet, record your work, take pictures, put it on a YouTube page or whatever, just somewhere to say. So when you want to go into the market, you don't have to say, well, I went to college for blah, 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 blah. Well, so did everybody else. You say, here's what I did on my own outside of this college that just wants to teach me some bull crap. Prove your. Do you ever hear in school when they say show your work? Show your work. You don't say, well, my degree should mean that I know this. Yeah, but so many people just buy degrees. It's worthless now. Show your work, build stuff, buy Legos or whatever, anything you can do to prove. Here's a physical piece. When you walk into an interview, instead of handing the paperwork, hand them a device. Hand them a prototype, hand them some failures, and say, I think maybe with this job and with other people network here, these failures that I've done, maybe we can turn these into successes. This is what they want to see. Absolutely. You have to, having the knowledge isn't enough. So many people think that having knowledge is what they need. I got a degree. No, what can you do with a degree? Tell boys on the internet they're stupid because they don't have a degree. Okay, cool. That sounds like a very successful thing to do. No, what you need to do is you need to produce something. Most people do nothing. Nothing. They're so afraid to fail that they don't ever start. You got to do something with it. Start using it. Glue together toothpicks. Take bubble gum and freaking splinters from trees outside. Whatever you need to do to put to show that not only did you get the education, but you can put it into practical reality. Yummers would be domination. The goal is a safe place to discuss controversial topics. Stay on share. You won't be banned for having an opinion. No, you won't be banned. Yo, man, you don't have to lick it, bro. The chick's hollering at you. You buying it, bro. Now you're saying different things. Different things about what? No. I'm not saying a different thing. If you're already in school, listen, school is irrelevant. If you've got the knowledge and you've got the wherewithal to do it, you can just show your work. You don't if you've already gone to college and you have the knowledge, do it. Most people just want to prove their knowledge with their degree. If you regardless if you have the degree or not, you can show you understand everything by showing them stuff you've built. That's more important. Look, a lot of people get to go to college for free, and if you're doing that, that's fine. If you can't figure out how to learn on your own, then you can go to college. But what I'm saying is you don't have to. The most important thing is to show that you understand. I had great time in high school, dude. Like I owned a recording studio, so like everybody, like the headbangers, the punk rockers, the hip hoppers, the gangster rappers, everybody liked me because they wanted to record. So I had a great time. Pray, meditate, whatever. I do not have any children. The cost of taxpayer money, right? What up, but why? Welcome, drop a chat, like, subscribe. That's not a bad attitude. No, it's reality. It's reality. Richard, thanks for your advice. I learned from your opinions to try to understand your point of view and handle the situation and what I am. Adam is my friend, yes. What exactly is from? It's open topic. It's open topic, INDPO. Is that like C3PO? INDPO. Yeah, open topic. But so companies make stuff. They have a product. So whatever you can show them to show that you can be beneficial to that company towards their company's goals, that's what they want. That's it. So if it's college, the problem is you have to compete. Everybody that wants a degree has a degree now, and so many of these people are worthless. They're in those fields. Yeah, they have a degree, but they're worthless. They don't have any interpersonal skills. They can't do anything with their hands. But show your work, and you'll get what you want. I dropped out of high school. I dropped out of college one semester. Didn't even finish a semester. I've been in the music industry. I've been in the movie industry. I ran the carpentry area. I was a carpentry foreman for the Maryland Zoo. I built freaking structures for polar bears and freaking tortoises and lions and toys for the lions, and I all this without high school, without college. You just have to do things. So how did I get the job at the zoo? I volunteered at the zoo, and I said, and then while I was volunteering, I went over to the shop, and then the guys that were there working on stuff, I worked on stuff with them. So I showed them that I had the knowledge. I didn't say, here's my degree at all. And it didn't even matter. And they hired me before I filled out the application. You need to stand out from other people. The people that want to tell you that everyone's the same, they want to get you out of the competition. That's a load of hogwash. I think having a degree is more important than showing your work. No way. No way, dude. How old are you? No. I'm talking about in America here. No, showing your work is way more important. Absolutely more important. Stop. Hey, I'm going to join your Discord. I already subscribed. By the way, where are you from? I'm from Baltimore, Maryland originally. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia now. 35. Okay, so you're 35, and so you should have met plenty of people. 1982. So you should have met plenty of people and worked for plenty of companies and seen people that were hired without degrees. I mean, I don't know what industry you're in. I've been in lots of industry. My father worked for the Johns Hopkins Avery Propulsion Research Laboratory, the APL, the Applied Physics Lab. They hire people based on talent. My father was the manager for he didn't have a PhD, he had a bachelor's degree. But he didn't get there from that. They didn't hire him they hired him before he went to college. And then when he went to college while he was there, they paid for it. If he got the dean's list, they paid him back. They reimbursed it. So if he paid whatever, $30,000 a semester, when he got dean's list, they gave him that $30,000 back. So he got through college while working there because he showed that he could do it. He showed he had drafting skills, he had math skills. And so that's just him. And then the people that he hired that worked under him were PhDs and stuff. Now they got to the head of the line for interviews because they had PhDs, but this is also a physics lab. You know what I'm saying? No. So the degree is not. The degree is absolutely not what they look at first. Absolutely not. But let's straighten this out. It also depends on the industry. If you're going to an office job and you've already worked an office job, they don't care about your degree. If you have references are more important than your degree. If you're going to get a job in a college, then they want the degree because they want you to be in the same mindset of how the education is done. But no, so you absolutely, YouTube starting a channel. If you want to work in engineering, start an engineering channel. Start teaching engineering. Start learning and teaching engineering, and then you can get a job right from your channel. You can send them, say, hey, I'm interested in a job. Can you take a look at this? They can look at your channel and be like, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'd like to bring you in. Do you have a degree? Nope, never finished high school. Who cares? I just won't pay you $100,000 a year the first year. I'll pay you 80, and once you prove yourself, I'll give you 120. You know, that's how life actually works. They don't want you to believe that because college is so financially beneficial to the people that run colleges. Most people don't use their degree. Remember, 40% of college graduates are not using their degree in 10 years. So the places that they're working, the degree didn't matter. They're not using it. I'll take your job even. You go to Polar Bear Clothes. That's funny. I was an architect without a degree. I was hired out of luck. You think it was out of luck? Or do you think it was because you showed your talent? Or you talk to the right people. Like networking is huge too. And I make my own cash through hard work, and I love it. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't wipe. Degrees don't matter though. Degree. Listen. So in teaching and stuff, degrees matter. But with stuff with your hands, when you're actually developing stuff, and especially like if you're not teaching and stuff, degrees are. If you can, what you need to do, so many people, hold on. When I used to work for a restaurant, the Capitol Grill in Baltimore, so many people I knew were hired out of there because they would have the time to talk with people. So there's a lot of things that are involved, but these people are getting jobs and when they get the job, they might get $20,000 less a year not having a degree. But you don't have student loan to pay back. You can get what you want out of life. You have to go after it. But some people think going after it is just getting the degree. I'm saying the degree is less important. I might be honest. Degrees do matter. Okay, sure. Medical field, absolutely. But then again, that's a company that's not producing anything, right? So. It absolutely, and you need that because you are licensed. You can't even get the license without the degree. So that's understandable there. But everywhere else, when actual products are being produced, that they want to know if you can build that product or if you can understand what's behind that product. Within the system, yeah, degrees matter sometimes. Oh, I thought you said Fortnite, front lines as well, right? I own my own home, zero mortgage, thanks to bartending. Right, right. I think you're changing my mind. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And you get your foot in the door. Right, right, right. Listen. So in the movie industry, you can get a job sweeping floors for like $19 an hour plus benefits and everything. And then if you have the hand skills to handle saws, chop saws, drills, blah blah blah, you can show that while you're there. So like there's I would yeah. When he's not doing this, he's LARPing. What's LARPing? LARPing. 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 No, I've never done LARPing. I've never LARPed. But I probably would. Is that so? It's like cosplay. What's the difference? What's the difference between LARPing and cosplaying? Degrees like MBBS, BTech, life sciences are crucial, strong foundation. So especially we're going into like networking. There are so many people that get hired right off the street. If you have networking skills, all the AI, all the data centers, electricians, I know a bunch of them making $250,000 plus a year, 19, 20 years old. Because they're around here and around Atlanta, they're so needed because there's not many people. So many people went to college for other stuff. I don't want to be an electrician. And I dislike office workers looking down on those. And us construction generally makes us way of better efforts. Right. Listen, they need to make themselves feel better. They're $100,000 in debt. They've got to be better than you. You know what I'm saying? This is the way they think. Oh, live action role play. Okay. Can you add me? Yeah. You talking about Discord? What'd I miss? I'm a LARPer in the service industry. You kind of look like the actor who played the Italian guy from Peaky Blinders. Someone said that the other day too. Techni. LARPing. You actually. Oh, gotcha. So it's like real life Dungeons and Dragons. All right. Let's add him. Who is it? It was INDA Poe. I can't spell. All right, brother. I got you. There we go. All right, my apologies. Jeez. Tech9, but close much love for reading my random message, brother. No problem. Jameson, okay. JAMESYN. Jameson, gotcha. No problem. Isn't that kind of ass backwards? I met Tech9, cool ass dude. For some reason, did Tech9 work with the Insane Clown Posse? For some reason, I think I may have met. When I lived in Baltimore years ago, I lived right near this big venue called the Thunderdome, and I remember the Insane Clown Posse or somebody was there, and so I got called up to say, "Hey, can you freaking work and help us out here?" I met in 2005. Okay, there you go. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Peoria. He signed 30 autos. He signed autographs. That's about automatic weapon. Okay. He still does appearances at the gatherings. Okay, I got lucky. Okay, I am subscriber for a few days. Okay, I got you, brother. I got you. Tech9 always used to come here. Positive. Yeah, listen, positive attitudes where it's at. And an interesting thing that people don't understand about a lot of rappers, gangster rappers, that they're kick-ass people. Like a lot of people don't understand that these people are performance artists. You know, like they're like, and they're really cool people. Like they're not like, you come up to me and I'll punch you in the face when you're on the ground and spray you full of mace. All right, yummers. Okay. All right, yummers, I got you, brother. All right. Oh, I'm up on the freaking ladder. He's signing. Oh no, I have the autobiographies. He's like, yeah, I wrote in the 40 autobiographies. No problem, Yummers. I appreciate you, brother. Tech9, TECHNNE. There you go. Gotcha. Dino. I hit the wrong button. Pretty cool that you met 6ix9ine. Like and subscribe for free commemoration. Whoa, commemoration. See, if I would have went to college, I would have been able to say that. But yeah, life is a lot easier if people can confuse you and convince you that the world is way more complicated than it is. I'm not saying it's complicated, but if people can convince you that it's way more complicated, but if you just spend money with me, I can take on the complicated part and make your life easier. So it's called convenience. They sell you convenience. Like I grow a lot of my own food. I've got chickens. Let's go for a walk outside. Oh shit, it's like 25 degrees. All right, we'll go for a walk. I'll show you guys my property real quick. It's going to be a running show because it's freaking cold. I didn't take my D3 yet. Hold on real quick. There we go. Vitamin D3, people, make sure you got it. And I actually came here in a bar called the Underground. And it said, oh, it was expired? Hold on, what was the link? Hold on, the link, hold on. These are the same ones. All right, it might have expired by now. Hold on, 31st, copy. Server settings, server settings. Invites. Create invite link. Copy. There you go. If you guys want to jump on the real money and hemp and now Delta is legal most cities, that's true. I haven't seen you. It's been a while, Dino. Where you been? The Underground. Richard has met. Yeah, I met a lot of famous people. I worked for the movie industry for 15 years. I worked on Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3. I worked on Suicide Squad 2. Jumanji 2, Jungle Cruise, Avengers Endgame. That's like only like 3 years worth. I worked on a lot of movies that never ever came out. All right, let's get warm. Hi, Jew. I'm not Jewish. Let's see here. You should give me a job. Let me get a connection, dude. Hey, look. Hey, if you need a job, I tell you. Well, hold on. Let me see. Let me get this. Let me hide this freaking Joker. There we go. All right. What's up, Brookie? Yeah, February after the 14th. You don't listen very good, Brookie. After the 14th, it's gonna be between the 14th and the 21st. That's when YouTube pays out. What up, series queries? What up, brother? What up, dude? Tomorrow's at work. Holy crap! All right, so I got 2 greenhouses. I got a chicken coop. I grow a lot of my own food. We'll go take a look at the chickens real quick. There you go. All right, brother. What up, ladies? What you doing, girls? Huh? What you doing? So I got cameras. in the coop. These electric doors close depending on the time, whenever sundown is, and they're connected with GPS. I got a heater pad keeping their water liquid. And then here's where they lay their eggs. Well, back here and right here. Like there's an egg right there. Okay. And then there's another camera, and I got this heater. So it's 46 in here, and it's 25 outside, so it keeps them above freezing. But they got feathers. And then this here is another laying area. Don't break the egg. Woo! So what you doing, girl? Huh? Huh? I hear ya. What you doing, ladies? Uh huh. Made me some eggs. 3 holy eggs. Has anyone experienced farming? So I'm not gonna go through. I'm not gonna go through the fences, but I'll zoom in for you. So over there, over there, that white area is my hydroponics setup, and then I've got my food. Well, it's winter now, but yeah, this is where all my food grows. Oh, Jesus Chrysler. No. Anyone experienced farming? I'm an experienced farmer. Holy crap. Oh. All right. I wonder how it is a chicken. Hold on. I wonder how it is as a chicken. These weird giant things keep kidnapping our children. But these giant things also keep feeding them. In the winter, it's very hard for them to get worms out of the ground. Like, so I spend about $30 a winter feeding them. Just get a big ass bag of food, and the rest they just go, berries. They eat a bunch. So yeah, right. But also remember, eggs aren't unfertilized eggs aren't never become children. So if there's no rooster around. There's no rooster around. There's no what up, music maker? There's no they're just eggs. They keep taking our children. Yeah, you got it. What's up, music maker? But I do a lot of stuff. Like, got all this good stuff. I tell you what, people, look into your look into your vitamin K. It helps your freaking whole body out. Water filters, water storage. Very important. You change your name from what? B12. Yeah, B12. Yeah, I have that right here too. Yeah, I don't mess around. Yeah, every day B12 and D3 every day without us, but changed my life absolutely. Like, I'm 49 years old. I'm running around in the cold, freaking still got a big beautiful nose, and most people are like, "Oh, I'm getting old." I don't feel like I'm getting old. I still feel like I'm in my 20s. What supplement is good for managing blood pressure? So from what I do. K2MK7 is great. B12 and D3 is the main ones that I take and my family takes. Everybody takes, my parents. So the reason that veins start to get stiff is because they start to get calcified. K2MK7, vitamin K2 MK7, makes your arteries more pliable, more squishy, your whole circulatory system, and they call it a traffic cop for calcium. So you won't have calcium layered and plaques inside of your veins and arteries. It'll be moved to your bones and stuff and your teeth. If you start to get cavities and stuff, and I'll show you proof of this because people never believe when I tell it, it can remineralize your teeth. It can close up cavities. As long as they haven't been drilled. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like, dentistry is just like, don't get your wisdom teeth pulled. Don't do any of that crap. I mean, look into it. Bam. Vitamin K2 MK7 for blood pressure. Daily supplementation. And I understand this is an AI overview, but it's information that I already know, so I'll know if it's incorrect, and we'll look into it. Daily supplementation with 180 micrograms of vitamin K12, B2, a specific form, may manage blood pressure, reducing arterial stiffness, and enhancing vascular elasticity, particularly in postmenopausal women with high pre-existing stiffness. acts by using MGP, which is the GLA protein, prevents calcium from being deposited in the arterial walls. So usually when your blood pressure goes up, it's because the veins and arteries don't expand with the heartbeat. They're too firm so that the pressure can rise all throughout without the pressure being lost, reduced by the expanding of your arteries and veins. So that can be a lot. Okay, hold on now. Teeth. People don't believe me, ever. Okay. Vitamin K2, specifically MK7, is crucial for dental health because it activates osteocalcin, a protein that binds to calcium to dentin and enamel, strengthening teeth and preventing decay. It acts as a guide, ensuring calcium goes to teeth instead of arteries, particularly paired with D3. And that's what I do, D3. For diet, remineralization. K2 deposits calcium in dentin, the layers beneath the enamel, reversing minor decay and strengthening teeth. So if you go to a dentist and they say, oh, looks like we got a little decay here, they drill it out to make it a permanent hole. Then you become a permanent customer. Leg day was yesterday, brittle. Yeah, yes. If you have sensitive teeth, when I have sensitive teeth, I use K2. If I feel like I'm about to have a tooth infection, K2. Yeah, K2, B12, D3 is what I take every day. Everyone should look into it. Everyone you care about, I don't have a link in the description. I'm just giving you information of what I use. Look into it. Impossible, right? Isn't that odd that we've always been told it's impossible? There's been a toothpaste called hydroxyapatite toothpaste. Got hydroxyapatite in it. That's what our teeth are made out of. They've had it in Italy for 50 years, and it remineralizes teeth. And look, I didn't ask me about remineralization. I just said vitamin K2 for teeth. Right? So then we'll look at this. Hydroxyapatite for teeth. All right, it tries to sell you stuff right away. Hydroxyapatite toothpaste, both blah, blah, blah. Okay, anyway, hydroxyapatite is a natural biocompatible mineral forming 90% of tooth enamel that effectively remineralizes, strengthens, and repairs teeth by filling microscopic defects. As a non-toxic alternative to fluoride, it reduces sensitivity, fights blah, blah, blah. So yes, these things exist. They absolutely exist. Impossible scam. You work for Big Vitamin? Don't you know? I work for Big Richard. Keep on the word. What up, bro, brother? John Holmes talking about veins and arteries, making me all queasy and stuff. That's because you're a big swinger thing, John Holmes. What you talking about? But yeah, listen, life doesn't have to be as difficult as it is for most people. Vitamin. But let's talk about this real quick. The vitamin B12 I take, not the brand, is called methylcobalamin. That if you smoke cigarettes, if you smoke herb, anything like that, you're guaranteed pretty much to have low B12 because cigarette smoke, not the nicotine, the cigarette smoke, the cyanides, and it convert methylcobalamin to cyanocobalamin. That's the non-active form of B12. So I take methylcobalamin. When you take cobalamin, your liver metabolizes it, methylates it to methylcobalamin. So I take it already methylated. So as soon as it dissolves under my tongue, it's in my bloodstream and working. It doesn't have to go through the liver first. So if you have liver issues, good afternoon, Matt. What up, Matt? Do you know what the short form of Richard is? Knows. Everyone works for Big Richard. Hello, Americans. What's up? Dave? Was it David? Daniel. David or Daniel? Big blank. Can we change topic? Sure. Whatever. It's open topic. Whatever you want to talk about. Much like Michael becomes Mike, Richard becomes Big Rich. Dave. Yeah, Dave. Okay, good. It didn't take me that long. Didn't take me that long to remember it. Yeah. We can change the topic. Absolutely. Look, dude, I was pissed off when I found out about it too, because I've had freaking teeth drilled, filled, all that stuff, and come to find out, I didn't need to. Yummers. I am religious. I'm a Christian. Yummers. Is taurine good for it? Dude, I don't think it's good for anything real. I mean, so taurine, I'm talking excessive taurine, like taurine that's in energy drinks, but we'll look into it real quick. Health benefits of taurine, not tartarine. Okay, so supports heart function, reduces blood pressure and cholesterol. That can be a bad thing. Found abundantly in muscles, eyes, lowers low blood pressure, reduces fatigue. Okay, but let's see. It's an aminosulfonic acid, but let me find out about this. Meat, fish, and eggs. Okay, supplementation is generally safe, but it's important to conduct official long longevity. Okay, studies suggest high levels of taurine associated with reduced inflammation, decreased obesity, and potential anti-aging effects. Okay, I've never looked into taurine this much. I wouldn't give any. I don't use it. I eat a lot of meat and a lot of eggs, so I get a lot of it anyway. But what I would recommend myself to do is get a blood test for every quarter, every 3 months, 4 times a year, and then go by look, get it from a lab. You don't have to get it from a doctor, because if a doctor does it, he'll interpret it to tell you what you need from him. But if you want to do that, that's fine. But me and my family, we do it ourselves. And we don't use Chat GPT, search everything, spend freaking 4 hours going through everything. Scam. No, just big D. I love scamming people. It's so easy. So to additional taurine, I would have to look into it, but it says that taurine, like what it does, it says it supports cardiovascular health, metabolic function, and exercise by regulating electrolytes. Okay, so reducing oxidative stress and aiding in fat digestion. Found abundantly in muscles, brains, and eyes. It helps lower blood pressure, reduce fatigue. Okay, now the problem I have with that is it's so hugely used in. Okay, this is the problem. The problem is excess. So like things like B12 and D3 and excess can be good. And this says here, but like I said, this is the AI overview. And if the AI overview agrees with the information I already have, then I can go, I don't have this information already. But when I went through mine and my parents' health issues and whatnot, this was not something that I needed found. Okay, so let me see. Recommended taurine. Not tartarine. I'm probably saying it wrong. Okay, 500 milligrams to 3 grams a day for general health. 6 grams for specific use. Optimal daily uses for blood pressure. Okay, improving athletic performance. Effective or says consistent intake. It says take it before exercise. If not, supplementing. Include high taurine foods like shellfish. I eat a lot of scallops. I eat a lot of tuna, and I eat a lot of chicken. Generally safe. Individuals with kidney failure. So here's where I start looking into things. It says people with kidney failure should avoid it. So people with liver failure. I drank a lot as a youth into my 30s. So like that's why anything I can get that avoids my kidneys, that doesn't need the kidney processing and whatnot, I really have to look into it. But it doesn't look like it's bad for you. What I say. How about turkey tail mushrooms? Great for you. Yeah, they're great. Turkey tail's very nice. Turkey tail, chicken of the woods. That's also good. I heard butter is good it's very good for your heart. Very good. I get big blocks of butter. Amish big blocks. It's just milk. And a little bit of salt, just churned milk and a little bit of salt. Don't use the AI overview. It's so Dylan, I don't know if you okay. So this is the AI overview. I don't know this information. That's why I'm telling you that when I already know, if I'm already talking about something that I'm very informed about, and the AI overview agrees with it, I let people know. But right, I have not double checked this or anything. But I agree. And for people and for everyone else. Listen to Dylan. Don't use the AI overview. Spend 10 more minutes looking into multiple different things. And if you really want to, Google Translate exists. Look what Germany has to say. Look what Japan has to say. Go to their internet and then translate their pages. And you'll learn a lot more, because propaganda is a thing. And there's companies that own the researchers and the research tools. That's a real thing. Okay, so you look at what multiple countries say. But yes, I agree, Dylan. Sound like you're saying hugely. Is that a word? You sound like Trump. You said hugely. Brainiac. Hey, brother. Hey, look, serious. I don't know everything, and I'm still learning, my friend. AI Overview gets you some things right. They can tell you what websites they've cited, double check it. Yeah, right, I agree. Momo. I don't know. I don't know. Is that a code name for something? I knew Momo. What is Momo? Momordica? Are you probably talking about the Ayurvedic bitter melon? No, I've never had it. I've never had it. Oyster mushrooms are great. Yeah, mushrooms are really good for you. Trippy mushrooms are life changing. They can be too, Mac Daddy. Absolutely. The AI overview is unreliable in the aspects of the source material. Right, right. I do this every day. I stream multiple hours every day, and I spent lots. I spent months and months and months researching me and my family's health, and so I have a lot. So if it agrees with what I'm saying, then I have no problem reading it to you guys because I've already. But if it like this, in the taurine, but I don't know anything about taurine, so I'm not being very specific with it. I'm letting you know, 100%. I got vitamin D3 in my veins. Someone punch me, can I take the power? If someone punch you, the power. You'll probably start feeling something by the end of the day, and then over the next couple days, like every time you wake up, your body goes into a repetition, not a repetition, a repeating healing mode when you're sleeping. That's when your body uses less energy to keep you awake and to monitor the world around you and whatnot. So that's when a lot of the healing is done in your body. It's kind of like dumplings. Let me look into it. Hold on. Momo. So Momordica, Momo dumplings. Oh yes, 100%, absolutely, yeah. Well, yeah. Absolutely. I'm a big fan. Absolutely. Sorry, we were talking about supplements, so you tripped me up thinking I thought you were talking about. Yes, yeah, a very big, very. I'm a real person, your boy Swank. The man, the channel should be called Richard D3. That's funny. Richard D4. Wake up. None of us are real. Wake up. You look like a white version of the cinnamon stick from the Apple Jacks. Dude, hold on. I remember that. Hold on. Applejack cinnamon stick character. Dude, right, the Rasta guy. Oh, he doesn't even have a nose. Dude, I love it. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I love it. All dumplings are not created equal. What up, Zara girl? Lamau, you boys back. I can see it. All dumplings are not created equal. All right, I'll leave it now. I found interesting novelty. All right, frat brother throw. I dated an Asian girl. She dumplinged me. What up, Deco? Richard, have you seen crypto? You're going to blow up. It's going to blow up people's life savings. Let's look at today's. I looked at silver and gold today. I didn't look at anything crypto. Live charts. Palladium, silver bestsellers. Let's go to bestsellers. Let's just do Bitcoin. Okay, let's look. Applejack cinnamon stick character. Whoa, 77,000 drops 8% today. Yeah, we'll have to look into that later. Curry goat rice and peas. Ooh, curry goat rice and peas. That sounds really good. Curry goat rice and peas. Yeah, boy, that looks so freaking good. Yeah, boy, that looks so. Dang it. Yeah, that looks like something. Yeah, plantains are. Yeah, man, that looks so freaking good. Yeah, that looks good, boy. That looks good. That's what I'm all about. Bummer cloud. Me brother, me want them curry goat rice and peas. Yeah, but I tell you what, I got ADHD. I got all the freaking wackadoos. But a huge thing that made me productive in life was B12. And I'll show you guys this real quick because if you guys have the same issue or issues like it, or you know people that do, vitamin B12 and ADHD. B12 deficiency is frequently observed in children with ADHD. Lower levels are associated with increased symptom severity, particularly regarding focus and cognitive function. Supplementation may help improve the symptoms in deficient individuals. B12 is essential for neurotransmitter synthesis and nervous system health. So, what that's saying is, even if you don't have ADHD, if you're low in B12, you can have ADHD like symptoms. Like if you're low in B12 and you go to the doctor, they might say you have ADHD because they didn't check your B12 level, but cognitively you have ADHD symptoms. And if you have ADHD and you're low in B12, it makes it even worse. So you see these people that are creative and successful with ADHD. That's most likely because they got the rest of their nutrition in order. And so ADHD is just odd, but it's not a disability. My friend has his entire life in crypto. That's all he owned. I'm ready to reach out to him. Brother, Deco, don't do it. This is why I say it. Some people will panic sell. And depending on what he bought it at, if he bought it at 30,000, he's still doing freaking kick ass. If he bought it at freaking 3,000, he's freaking suit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if he sells now, it's just when you sell, the problem is the fees. If there was no fees, it wouldn't be a big deal. You would just transfer the value. So it would be, Bitcoin to US dollars. And then if it starts going back up, you can just transfer it back and just, but it's the fees every time you transfer. So I understand that too. That's huge. But like, yeah, yeah, I understand. What up, Ryan? Bill Nye? Is that Diddy? Not many Jamaicans here in South Africa. I mean, listen, if he's got his life wrapped up in crypto, he knows it. He knows. You know what I'm saying? He probably, the first thing every morning before he scratches his butt cheeks is he probably crypto prices. When my mom was in early dementia, I had juice vegetables for a daily and gave her sublingual B complex daily. Yeah. So this is a big problem. It's a big problem that when doctors don't check vitamin deficiencies in people, because the thing is, a huge thing with dementia and Alzheimer's is people have been on, a lot of these patients, like a lot, are on cholesterol lowering drugs. Well, your brain is made of cholesterol, so if you keep low on your cholesterol too much, it takes it from your brain. So like, this is a big problem. Yeah, he was telling his friends and family to buy Solana at 200. It's under 110. Yeah. You know what? And it sucks when people do that, especially if they think they're giving everybody the key to the castle. They're like, hey, here's the secret sauce to freaking getting rich. Buy, and then now, like, they lost half their money. Yeah. You got to know what you're talking about. What time is it? 3:58. Okay. So I'm gonna okay, so anybody that has a Twitch account, I'm gonna post the link to my Twitch. I'm gonna be back on at 4:30, about a half hour. I would, if there's 3 of you out there, I would really appreciate if you would watch the on the Twitch room. It's widescreen also, and it's freaking higher quality. I need to have a few hours of people with at least 3 people there to get to the affiliate level. So if you do, I'll post the link to the Twitch. It's 110th grade. I would really appreciate it. This guy definitely has a time machine in his basement. What up, biggest complainer? Invest in Tesla and get a discount trip to Disneyland and Mars. Yeah, like so. Anybody else? If you're on the Discord, you'll get notified when we go. I'll put another link in here to the Discord. There you go. Yeah, and then and you'll get notified. And any of this stuff that we're talking about here, if you want further information, we can dive further, whatever. The Discord's the place for it. We can, if you guys say like, hey, especially if you don't want to be public about it, like, hey, my freaking butthole itches all the time, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Invest. Yeah. Listen. Investing is for the long term. You have to. You can't invest money you can't lose. If you money should work for you. First of all, I believe your money should work for you. It shouldn't work for somebody else. If it goes into a bank, the bank can use it to make a lot of money. Well, if the bank can do it, you can do it too. I understand we get busy in life and we don't have as much time. But the thing is, there is a lot of growth happening in America now. There's so many, like I want to say, I think it was $13 trillion worth of investment that came into America. We got buildings, companies, infrastructure being built everywhere. When those buildings light up and they actually start producing, we're gonna. This is what I believe. There's gonna, because remember, all these companies need water and food, and so that means that you'll have to have all the support for these companies, electricity, so power, and then whatever the companies produce. If they're doing solar panels or electronics, they're going to need gold and silver, and so hold on is what I would say. Just hold tight, and yeah, a lot of times things can go. You can choose a point where you cannot lose it. If you put $10,000 in investments and you say, if this drops to $2,000, I cannot lose that, then set that as your point and just do it. But if it never reaches that point, don't sell it. All right. I see. Hey, smart guy, what up? Farm life. I agree. It's been long term, but I'd wait for the market correction 20% to start buying inflation. So that may have just happened, right? So, for instance, that may have just happened. Let's see, gold's down 10%, silver's down 25, 26%. So is this the correction? The problem is there was a 500% growth before this 25% correction. We don't know that for sure, you know? But the thing is, it doesn't make any sense to pull out now if it keeps going up, right? Like so the thing is, yeah, it feels like gambling. Anyway, all right, everybody, hugs and kisses. I appreciate y'all being here. I'll see you guys in about a half hour, 40 minutes. All right, bye bye.